You may know HathiTrust as a big online library of books scanned by U.S. academic libraries where you can read whole books if they're in the public domain, or do keyword searches across those books and get page numbers if they aren't. However, because the University of Missouri is an institutional member of HathiTrust, people at MU are now able to use HathiTrust to get some access to in-copyright books owned by the University of Missouri libraries that are rendered temporarily inaccessible because of our pandemic-related library building closures. You can't check out our physical books right now, but you can check some of them out through HathiTrust. Here's how it works. I am now at the HathiTrust website, which is www.hathitrust.org. Hati is Sanskrit for elephant, and their motto is "The elephant never forgets." So this is a collection of scanned books. Now let's say that I have looked up in the regular library catalog a book called Missouri Caves in History and Legend. Missouri Caves in History and Legend. Now before I hit enter on this, or actually I'll show you what happens when you hit enter just regular. First I am gonna change it to catalog, and I'm gonna make it search that as a title. And I've got checked full view only, so I'm only interested in books where I can read the whole book online. So I search HathiTrust. I get no results, but I see this yellow login button up here, and that button was also up there on the first page when I went in. If I hit that login button and I select University of Missouri-Columbia, the first time you do it, you might have to choose within a whole list, but this is the one you want, University of Missouri-Columbia, and I hit continue. And usually it should bring up at that point a login and password form, and that would be your regular Mizzou account. I think because I was logged in recently, it remembered it from last time, but you will get that form. So once you log in, you do that same search, and now it has executed the search, and it has taken into account all of the print books that the University of Missouri owns in our library that right now, like I say, they're locked in the buildings and we can't give you access to them. So HathiTrust has run that list against their holdings, and it looks like they do have a scanned copy and we have temporary access to it. So if I click on that, it's going to give me one more sort of pass-through screen. If I want to, I can do a search within the text like this. Say I'm interested in Devil's Ice Box, and I go to find that. It's going to tell me if it finds that term in the book, and that might help me decide whether I want to go ahead and virtually check out the book. And so it's telling me what pages. Now normally their search results here would say like full view is not available for this item due to copyright restrictions, but again, because we have this temporary emergency temporary access service, I can click on check out, and now I've got a time that I return it. The normal checkout period for this access is going to be 1 hour, so I'll be able to go to these pages where I've done my search, and it will pull up full text, or I can just read through the book if I want to. So it's right there. Somewhere in here there is something about the Devil's Icebox Cave. There it is. The Devil's Icebox is the most extensive cave, etc. So that is how that works. I can also download this page if I want to. I cannot download the whole book under this arrangement because, this is something that they're trying to keep pretty tight because, copyright does govern this book, and this is only the sort of temporary access thing. So they are letting us download a page at a time, and that is all. So I'm going to go ahead and return this book so that others can use it, because the other part of this is that only one MU user can use this at a time, because after all, MU only owns one copy of most of the books that we own at the library. So they're making it a one-to-one access kind of a thing. So that's how that works. Now that was looking for a book that you already know what book you're looking for. Another way that you can use HathiTrust, even outside of this emergency situation, is to do a full text search. Like, for example, what if I am interested in finding out books that mention some of the people who lived on this land before Europeans came, the Oto Missouria, or that is one name by which that people was known. So, or has been known. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the default search, which is the full text search, and I will be limiting to full view books only. and I am still logged in. So now I am getting several results. I want to show you there's a distinction between ones like this where we have the temporary access, and that one, again, you get it for an hour. You don't get to download the whole book. It's only one person at a time, but it's access. And then there's the second one that is a full view book, and it's probably a full view book because it's in the public domain, because it is published by some part of the US government, of the federal government. So that would be a full view book. That looks a little bit different. And here I did not do like I said, did do a full text search, and now I can search within that text for Oto Misuria. I can download the page, I can download a set of pages, I can download the whole book, because this book is in the public domain, and so I have a little bit more extensive access to it. And all of this is free, and the ones that are full view are free to anyone. The ones that are this temporary access, that's what requires you to log in as an MU user. So HathiTrust is definitely a site that you should bookmark. It should be part of your routine during this time whenever you're looking for books in the library, whenever you come across a good print book that you are unable to check out because it's locked in a building. Your next stop should always be www.hathitrust.org.